Hello, my name is JuliAnn Graham, and I'm here to present the NFL marketing plan we've prepared for our Marketing 754 class. Our team consisted of Elizabeth Albani, Jennifer Brown, myself, and Andrea Koch. First, we needed to define the problem the NFL is facing, and the National Football League is struggling with viewership and relevancy among younger audiences. Some of the reasons for that include player safety concerns with a number of reported head injuries, concussions, and the long-term effects those are having. Several players have had domestic violence cases against them. The national anthem controversy has been hard on the league. It's made some people question their patriotism. There's also direct competition from other sports franchises and indirect competition from other TV shows that might be on at the same time, other things to do besides watching the NFL games. They also are struggling with a small global presence and changing fan behaviors. As you'll see on this slide, fewer people are watching the games. From 2014 to 2016, the league lost 20 to 25% of audience members with a continued downward trend through 2017. They do have a strong social media following. The official NFL account on Facebook has 17 million likes. On Twitter, they have 24 million followers on the official NFL account. On Instagram, they have 11.7 million followers. So they have a strong fan base to work with on social media. Some of the social media channels we chose to focus on for our plan are Instagram, where 90% of users are under the age of 35. For example, half of teens and those in their early 20s use Instagram, and 59% of 18 to 29-year-olds are on the platform. Snapchat, 71% of Snapchat users are under the age of 34, with 30% of millennials using Snapchat regularly, and 70% of Snapchat users are female. 88% of Facebook users are between the ages of 18 to 29. On Twitter, 40% of U.S. Twitter users are between that age bracket of 18 to 29. And LinkedIn has more than 500 million users, 57% of which are male. So what is the solution? Because viewership is declining in that 20 to 29 age range, which is a lot of millennials, the majority of fans are between 50 to 59. Because of this, our strategy is going to target those younger fans who are the majority users of social media and encourage that age range to become more involved. Football fans are more likely to be male. We will have a separate campaign targeting female fans to get them more engaged. We're going to encourage the teams to partner with key influencers on social media. We're going to encourage more personal engagement from players and teams with less restrictions from the league. Maybe get people to know the players and their personalities better. We are going to encourage the league to go international, similar to the NBA. We're going to encourage social media engagement and contests during the games with players and highlights and promotions. We will have more fantasy football engagement during the games. Many people are currently using third-party sites for NFL fantasy football.
Influencers or celebrities are a huge aspect of our campaign, so that's definitely something we wanted to highlight in this presentation. So by using a combination of both male and female celebrities who are already fans of specific NFL teams, we are able to truly resonate with viewers who will recognize their honest support of the team. So it'll be really authentic, it'll be things that they're already doing in their daily life and just kind of really showing this authentic support online. So we have Mark Wahlberg as an example first. He's an actor and former model, also in a boy band. He is a fan of the New England Patriots, and as you can see, he has a pretty robust social media following, which is great. And then next we have Olympic skier Lindsey Vonn. She supports the Denver Broncos, and this is a really great, it kind of combines both that female market and also an athlete, which is two great new dynamics to throw in. Then we have Snoop Dogg, who definitely, he's a rapper, so he definitely adds a whole nother demographic and maybe a few of the younger audience. So that's great. And as you can see, he has a huge Instagram following, 26.1 million. So that's such a big reach, which is awesome. We have actor Eric Stonestreet. He cheers on the Chiefs, and also Paul Rudd is a huge active supporter. Paul Rudd does not have official social media accounts, but we still think we can use his film franchises such as Marvel and kind of roll that in into one package. Eric Stonestreet posts a ton about the Chiefs already, so we think this would be an especially awesome partnership to utilize. So some additional examples are right here. So Kelsey Plum was the #1 2017 WNBA draft pick, and she definitely appeals to the female demographic as a strong athlete. She's not as famous as someone such as Serena Williams, and she's not affiliated with the NFL, so she's definitely more cost efficient while also being really relatable for the people that do follow her. And hopefully, as she continues her career in the NFL, she will definitely grow her amount of followers and her influence. Research suggests a majority of her followers express positive affinity towards the Denver Broncos and Seattle Seahawks. Then we have Tom Brady, who is a quarterback for the New England Patriots, and he is kind of a hybrid case. Obviously, he's a football player, but he also definitely is huge in the celebrity scene as well. He's married to a supermodel, Giselle. Them as a package definitely encourage female followers. She's often seen in the football stands cheering on her husband and his team, and she definitely posts a lot about him on her social media profiles. Tom Brady, vice versa, obviously posts a lot about his teams, but he has quite a few followers because they're definitely considered a power couple in Hollywood. And then in addition, we have Russell Wilson and Ciara. Russell Wilson is a quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks. And then Ciara is a female performer, and kind of the same deal here. This definitely encourages female followers, as she's often seen at the games cheering him on, supporting him on her social media accounts. So kind of as I mentioned, both Tom and Russell, we definitely want to engage the current players and have them be very active on social media. So through this direct marketing proposal, we aim to resonate with the millennial crowd via Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn to share key messages about football in the NFL. This will combat social issues and better compete with the direct and indirect competition. So we definitely want the younger demographic to resonate with players and learn more about their personal lives, in addition to game stats, charitable endeavors, and connections to local communities. We definitely want a well-rounded account with some goofy, fun, get-to-know-you stuff, and also more of the serious topics as well. By having more personal messages, the fans can relate more to the players and become emotionally involved in the sport, helping to counter kind of some of the social issues that are happening currently in the NFL. We also want to show fan appreciation through social media posts and stories, as well as possibly through sweepstakes and prizes. By sharing these messages on various social media platforms, using several celebrities and current NFL athletes, we want to be able to capture the attention of both male and female millennials to increase viewership, attendance, and advertising opportunities.
As we dive into the practical implementation of our plan, we will tackle social media and social gaming in an effort to really engage people throughout the world in all kinds of new ways. As we look to expand beyond just the United States, we look to go global and doing international marketing and promotion through social media. And looking at the stats of 2016 and 2017, we realized that viewership in the United Kingdom soared over 60% as we started implementing games like the London Games. And then in Mexico alone, there's 23 million fans who are considered avid, active users. Looking at this, there's a lot of growth opportunity in the United Kingdom, Canada, Mexico, and China, with extended marketing opportunities in Germany and Brazil as more and more people around the world begin to watch the NFL. Having things like the NFL Global as a hashtag could be a way to connect these audiences with our American audiences to really expand our viewership and our reach. As we continue to do this, wanting to understand our hashtag is a really great way to do this. So the primary hashtag that we use is NFL, and as you can kind of see from this research gathered from Right Tag, that the NFL really is a center point for all of these other tags. Team, football, even women is a key one. Love is kind of fun, so kind of mixing and matching those NFL players, and even linking with the NBA and other sports could kind of boost our overall traction as on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and all these other places that are utilizing hashtags to gain an audience. And looking at our social media, this is just a little bit of an example of how we're going to be tackling this. We talked about engaging women, and so some ways we could do that would be with some swag and some things like that, having some fan contests for people to win, but making sure we include women into some of our materials as we're listing things on social media, talking about player engagement, even just showing the more personal side of people and our players, how they might get along, having some fun with it. That's kind of an example of how we could do that. And then looking at fantasy football, we realize that a lot of people are using Yahoo to create their accounts and things like that, but we would rather have NFL as the league be the primary go-to for fantasy football. So it's another kind of growth area and another touch point as we look to grow fantasy football. The NFL really should be the face of fantasy football. And as you're even looking at our fantasy football stats, 59.3 million people are playing fantasy sports in the United States and Canada. As our target audience is a millennial group, you can see the average age of players is 32. So there's a lot of teens and a lot of upcoming people we could really target through fantasy football to encourage them to watch a game, maybe even provide some nuggets in the fantasy football world where maybe there's some bonus points or some other ways we can encourage you to watch a game. You watch a game, you get some extra bonus points. So we'd love to leverage fantasy football and the people who are using it, especially the demographic of millennials who are using it, to reach this audience. Continuing on with our kind of social media campaign, we're looking at influencers. We're looking at extensive highlights, pre-game highlights. All those kinds of things can make a real difference. As we look at what people are really wanting, we're realizing is they want to see those tough plays. They want to see exclusive highlights. They want to see something that's different. So they may not sit down and watch a whole game, but they will tap in and rewatch videos that are the great moments. Or if they find out that, hey, the game's tied, so I want to know what's going on, they're going to tap into some kind of channel to figure out what's happening so they can continue that conversation with friends or family or things like that. Having pre-game and post-game analysis of what to expect. These posts are for true fans interested in the sport as a whole. The post can be educational for newer fans, but it's much easier to get invested in a team or a game if you know what's happening. So this, by providing that education through a dedicated Snapchat channel or live Twitter or Facebook, we can really do that. And we talked a lot earlier about leveraging our celebrities, so we would definitely be doing that on our social media channels. Having someone pop up there with a live update. Hey, I'm at the game. Here's what's happening. What's it look like on the field? That could be a fun way to engage viewers and get some social media traction as well. Looking at expanding into player highlights and fun facts, so this would be a fun way to engage our audience and also personalize the sport. So it's not just a bunch of people in helmets. A big majority of the problem with the NFL is you don't actually know all the players. You don't know much about them except for they're a tough or they're a hard hitter or things like that. So using some ways to soften the look and feel and help the personalities of players be seen. We can leverage social media to really do that in a really effective way. We could have dance videos like recently there's a lot of the police department challenges going around where they're challenging each other to a dance-off. Some of that could be integrated into a NFL player dance-off, which would be kind of fun because it would also tap into the younger audience and the audience of women. Get to know you tags or Man Crush Monday, having fun highlights about a different player each Monday that really is different and has some engaging content. As we know, there's been a lot of challenges as well with just the issues of player health, player safety, rules and league changes. We could also use social media to kind of explain what's going on with that. This is particularly important for reaching females, but it also kind of helps curb that negative publicity that sometimes gets bigger than even the good publicity. And speaking of finding ways to increase the positive feedback on social media is highlighting charity work. Millennials as an audience really do care about what people are doing with their money and who they're supporting and if they're making a difference in the world. Making a difference in the world is a really critical part of the millennial generation. So for highlighting charity work and how these players are using their funds, we see that as a great overall strategy. There's a lot of opportunity on our social media channels. Really, there's an endless pile of content that we can use to highlight players, safety, the league, women. This is just a little bit of a snapshot of what we're looking at doing with our social media.
We will employ a marketing plan that outlines our social media advertising efforts, starting during the football preseason, continuing into the regular season, expanding through the playoffs, ending with the promotion of the biggest television event of the year, the Super Bowl. Because this is a social media marketing plan, we will focus the marketing schedule on the 5 previously highlighted social media channels, including Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Starting in August, we'll have a heavy promotion to increase the excitement before the football season begins. We will utilize key influencers, including celebrities previously mentioned such as Mark Wahlberg, Lindsey Vonn, Snoop Dogg, Eric Stonestreet, and Paul Rudd, as well as athletes including pro basketball player Kelsey Plum and quarterbacks Tom Brady and Russell Wilson, as well as their celebrity wives, Gisele Bündchen and Ciara. We will send swag to these key influencers so they will kick off the preseason hype by posting on their social media platforms to spread the word about their teams while wearing the said swag. They will share hashtags, photos in their team jerseys, stories, live videos, and tweets. We will also promote the season on the NFL and NFL Network social media channels, as @NFL and @NFL Network respectively have 11.4 million and 1.7 million Instagram followers. We will also begin launching sweepstakes and prizes related to fan involvement on social media. For example, one random fan will be selected once a week based on their social media posts utilizing the hashtag NFL Fan Friday, where they will win tickets to upcoming Monday Night Football games. We will begin promotions during the preseason and continue during the regular football season. In September, as the season starts, we will continue to promote the NFL through the key influencers and the NFL and NFL Network social media profiles. We will emphasize repeatable hashtags and themes which will be carried through the entire season and will therefore increase visibility exponentially. For example, the well-known hashtag MCM, referring to Man Crush Monday, can be used in a lighthearted manner to post pictures, stats, and personal facts about a different football player each Monday. This will cater to both the male and female viewers, creating relatability and familiarity with the players, as well as help get fans involved in fantasy football as they learn players' stats. We will also leverage existing mobile games that are related to the NFL and football, such as Madden, while marketing promotions that encourage users to watch the live games for extra chances to win prizes. Additionally, we will market on social media with paid advertisements, such as pop-up ads on Facebook and Instagram, and through sponsored posts across the 5 social media platforms. We will continue with the promotions and sweepstakes. Continuing on into October as the season progresses, we will keep going to promote the regular NFL season into November, building on the celebrity fans and athletes' social media profiles. We will continue posting Snapchat stories about upcoming games, players, and events. We will share fan videos, generating traffic and involvement among the fan base. Team-specific filters for games will be continued throughout the season as well. In December, we will begin heavier promotional posts during the playoffs and Pro Bowl to get fans excited for the upcoming Super Bowl, which is the most watched event on television for both men and women. We will double down on social media posts and focus on sweepstakes and prizes to get fans even more amped about the Super Bowl. Finally, in January, we will continue the heavier promotion ahead of the Super Bowl, specifically relating to posts about the Super Bowl. We will begin mentioning the entertainment such as the singer of the national anthem, the halftime show, and also we will start posting about previously aired popular Super Bowl ads to encompass everything related to the big day. The following graphic is an example of how our digital marketing plan will be organized, highlighting our strategy during the preseason, regular season, and on Super Bowl Sunday. We will focus on banner ads and web advertisements in our national and local marketing strategies, as well as press releases highlighting the promotional events and sweepstakes, such as #NFLFanFriday, as mentioned in the marketing schedule. This chart also showcases the social media platforms utilized, including game highlights being tweeted on Twitter, Facebook live streaming and highlights, watching game snack recipes being posted on Pinterest, hashtags on Instagram, and filters and stories on Snapchat. Online, the plan highlights traffic on the NFL website, downloadable mobile apps, Madden games, and fantasy football. To leverage our budget for the greatest effect, we will implement several actions. We will send Team Swag to social media influencers that are known fans to have them post photos, videos, and messages supporting their NFL teams. We will also partner with brands. For example, we could provide interactive QR codes or social media engagement posts. For example, the 19 Crimes wine bottle utilizes an app that brings the wine bottle to life, telling a story and engaging the purchaser. We will also promote fantasy football and leverage mobile games related to the NFL and football, such as Madden, with promotions that encourage users to watch the live games for extra options. We will also pay for ads, sponsored posts, and events across social media platforms. For example, on Instagram, our promotions will include sweepstakes and prizes for using NFL hashtags or posting about a team or player. Snapchat promotions will include stories and team-specific filters under the NFL and NFL Network Snapchat accounts. Facebook promotions will include videos and posts about players and games, as will the Twitter promotion, which will also include hashtags. Our LinkedIn promotion will include articles about players, games, stats, and the NFL in general. Overall, our social media budget will account for approximately $500,000. To summarize our digital marketing proposal, we aim to resonate with the millennial crowd via Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn to share key messages about football and the NFL, to combat the social issues, and better compete with the direct and indirect competition. We want the younger demographic to resonate with players and learn more about their personal lives, in addition to their game stats and charitable endeavors and connections to local communities. By having more personal messages, fans can relate more to the players and become emotionally involved in the sport, helping to counter the social matters currently surrounding the NFL. We also want to show fan appreciation through social media posts and stories, as well as through sweepstakes and prizes. By sharing these messages on various social media platforms, using several celebrities and athletes, we will be able to capture the attention of male and female millennials to increase viewership, game attendance, and advertising opportunities in the NFL. The NFL has room for improvement with respect to viewers, but as we look forward to the next season, by highlighting key influencers, leveraging the right media channels, we hope to see an overall increase in viewership. Thank you.